let's start here.
I know.
Are you toxic? Yes, no.
Yes.
What? Wait. Okay. Okay. You know what? Yo, was Gucci, was Fendi, was poppin',
Hey.
brand new whip. Nah, fam, I just hopped in. Anyway, welcome back to the Psychology Podcast, hosted by yours truly, Psycho, the Great. And as always, I bring special guests. I bring juice. I bring all of it. But this time, I brought a poet. Oh my days. Woo! It's deep, it's deep, it's deep. And she's someone who speaks very wise words, deep words. You're gonna hear for yourself. But today we're gonna talk about living, just live a little. About, because especially in our age group, for the 20s, I would say, the Generation Z or whatever, we try and stress ourselves. We were actually having a conversation about this before the episode came out. But anyway, before I just speak too much on it, I just want to introduce my guest, Zama Mkhize. So Zama, what's up?
You came in hot with that introduction. I'm just damn. This is how it always.
Of course. It's fire. It's super hot fire.
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me here. I'm so excited. I'm gassed.
I'm happy you came through. I didn't think you're gonna come through. I actually thought you're gonna mize me. If I'm being honest, I'm just gonna.
That's okay.
I was like, this girl, she's got too much clout for this. She'll be like, who's this random? But for those that don't know you, could you please just introduce yourself briefly, who you are, what you do,
Sure.
all of that.
All right, cool. My name is Zama Mkhize. I am a writer, poet, director, actor, performer. I just graduated with my honors degree from the University of Cape Town, studying theatre and performance. And you can just find me everywhere, just talking a lot. I'm also a podcaster, recently just started that. So I do a lot of public speaking too. I really just enjoy running my mouth. But it's more about like expressing yourself, I guess. I think I have a passion for articulating what I'm feeling and wanting to be heard. And that's basically just what I do. Like, I write about my feelings, and then for some reason people find that relatable, and I'm just like, oh, okay, I guess. So that's just what I do, and I love what I do. I love being able to just be this vessel for people's voices. So yeah.
That was such. You see, you came in with fire. You came in so smooth. It was so swift. It was just so calm. I'm just like, wow. But anyway, that's Zama for you guys. I actually discovered you through other people. Like, they posted one of your what do I call them? Are they poems? What should I call them? What do I call them?
Yeah, I guess we could do that for now.
Yeah, I got the one of your poems. This is so deep. It was about relationships, and it was about, I don't know what you titled this one, but it was about you liking someone. You're like, I like you so much, but I don't know how to express it. I don't know, that one. It was deep, and it got a lot of hands. They're like, yeah. They're like, oh my word, I can relate so much.
Oh, you like someone? You crushing on someone?
I was damn. I was like, yo, this is deep. But I saw a lot of women like reposting.
Wait, I'm asking though. Like, are you crushing on someone? Is that why you were relating? Were you just like,
oh no, me? No. Let me be honest. I wasn't like relating like that. I'm the type of guy that if I want to shoot my shot, I'm just going. I don't like to. I don't have time to waste time. But
okay, sir.
But for the late, because so many women were posting this. I'm like, how? What's happening? there's a lot going on here, you know. So, so, so I was like, this is deep, but then it's the way you articulate your poems, so to speak. So I was like, you know what? Let me just try and let her come through, and maybe she might do a little poem thing for the boy. But and I was like, this girl, she's not gonna hit me up. I think a week down the line or so, she's like, cool, let's do this. I'm like, bro, say no more, fam.
Say
no more, fam. So obviously our topic today is about living, just living, especially I'll say in our early 20s. By the way, she has a podcast called What in the 20s, where she just talks about being in the 20s, sometimes ranting. Oh, I was listening to, I don't know if you, okay, we'll talk about that later. But, and she was saying so much of this stuff about what's in the 20s and whatnot. No, like, we need to talk about living in your 20s, like just enjoying life. Obviously with the other side of it. But yeah, let me start off like this. What do you think it means to just be living in your 20s? Or just living?
Just be living? Yeah. I think it's recognizing that it is chaos. In your 20s, it's recognizing the mess. It's just taking full acknowledgement and going, yeah, this is a mess. Because it's kind of weird, right? Like, we're still young in a sense, but we're old enough in the sense that people expect us to have it all figured out, to like know what you're doing and that. But you're also kind of still so young because, like, I don't know, you haven't really even lived half your life yet, in the general kind of scope of things. So I think it can get so overwhelming thinking you're meant to know what you're going to do with the rest of your life, it's also this weird transition because I feel like living in your 20s also means unlearning a whole lot, because now you can think for yourself and now you're realizing some things that you thought was the way isn't the way anymore, and it's about just dismantling things. And I think for me in my journey, living in my 20s meant like kind of almost destroying everything I know so that I can recreate something new for myself. I had to start again, to be quite honest.
What do you mean by starting again? What did that look like for you?
So starting again in terms of understanding, first of all, what my values were. I think, when you are younger, we're very influenced by what our parents tell us, how we were brought up in schools and friends and all of that stuff. And thinking for yourself, you don't really have that agency because you kind of still need to conform to that system which you are around. And when I, left high school and all of that, I was like, okay, Zama, you say you believe in God, but do you just keep saying it because you have been saying that you do? Okay, Zama, you say that you think this way is the right way of doing things, but do you actually believe that? Does that align with how you find your purpose and all of that? So I was just like questioning so much. So in the beginning, it kind of went bad before it went good. It kind of got worse before it got better, because now I'm just putting a question mark in front of everything I know or that I thought I knew. And you're also meeting other people who are challenging you and challenging your thoughts and challenging what you thought you knew. So it's also so overwhelming in that sense because you're just like, well, what is all of this? What is all of this? And you're learning so much more and you have access to so much more knowledge. And it can get to a point where a lot of people get driven into existentialism. And
okay, the English. Yay.
For anyone who might still need clarification.
Explain to us. I mean to them, sorry. Not us, them. Yeah.
I understand. No, I think I'm trying to understand it too, to be fair. But I think it's trying to figure out what the purpose to anything is, and your existence is you kind of feel like there's no point to anything. And you just question everything to the point where you're like, why are we even here? why am I even here? And you
Oh,
just in this crisis because you feel like there is no meaning to your existence.
oh,
And it can it can be really tough, especially in
oh.
your 20s, trying to figure out what your life means to you and what your purpose is and all of that. And
Okay,
when I
okay.
said I had to break it, yeah, okay, I must.
Oh no, please finish off.
So I think when I said that I had to break everything down first so I could reimagine what my life looked like for me,
Mm-hmm.
was I I wanted to start living for me. And I
Oh,
think that I'm really proud of who I am in my life right now, is because I know that now I'm moving with intention, so yeah,
who
that's
are you?
that.
Who are you?
As much as as much as I think I know how to answer that, I think it's so much easier for me to tell you who I'm not, because
Oh, I like the reverse psychology. A true poet.
I don't
A
know,
true
because
poet.
it's kind of difficult. It's such a big question. Who are you? Like what? I don't
Mm,
know, but you know what you're not. You know what doesn't align with you. You know what you don't see yourself representing, and that. I think that kind of makes it easier than saying who you are. Because to define that is like, you are so many things. You're a complex human being. And I don't think we should ever allow ourselves to just be defined by like one sentence and stuff, because we're
mm-hmm,
constantly changing too. So yeah,
mm.
I think it's just so much easier to just decide who you're not.
Okay, so if you can give me two things that Zama is not, what would those be?
I am not. Ooh, there's so many things that
Mm,
I'm not. But
mm.
I
Anything,
okay, I don't
really.
wanna I am not. Oh my gosh, I hate, all of a sudden when people put you on the spot, you're like, what? Am I not now?
Okay,
Okay.
so what are you? Let's start here.
I know.
Are you toxic? Yes, no.
Yes.
What? Wait. Okay, okay. You know what? I like that. Why? I'll explain after. Why do you say you're toxic? Let's start there.
Because in somebody's story I am, even though I didn't intend to be, even though I didn't mean to be.
Tell
I
me more.
I know. Um because I think we all have different perspectives on how like a certain story happened or a certain situation may have played out.
Yes,
And
yes.
just because it's your truth doesn't mean it's
Mm-hmm.
the only truth. And that's why I was like,
Oh.
even though I may feel like, no, but that's not what I meant to do. Like I didn't, when I said that, that wasn't my intention. I wasn't trying to hurt you and this, that, and the other. That's how
Mm-hmm.
somebody else received it. That's how somebody like took
Oh.
it, to acknowledge that this is how this person is feeling. And so even though I've always thought like I cannot be toxic, there's absolutely no way. What? I'm a child of God, how dare you?
Yeah, how
I
dare
just
you?
I
Mm.
I think being in my 20s and like, yeah, has made me realize that everyone comes from so many different backgrounds, that the way you may be received can be so different. And you just got to accept that in someone's story, you are the villain. And so, yeah, I think I don't think anyone should walk around believing that they're not in some way or
Oh,
form little, a little messed up,
that
you know.
was deep. You know why I like this? It's the
Why?
fact that you're taking that accountability. And
Yeah,
I
sure.
think
That's hard.
I think a lot of people, especially at our age, we like to play a blame game because it's easier. It's the easy route
Mm.
out. And you
Do you
are
think
will
you're toxic?
oh yeah, definitely. I mean the-
You said definitely, absolutely,
come on,
no doubt
man.
about
We're not gonna, there's a lot of things I know I have to work on. And
it. Mm,
each and every
yeah,
day
yeah.
I grow, I get better at certain things. But obviously, like you said, we won't be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Someone's just gonna not gonna like me. It is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
I can't change that.
It's also tough dealing with that.
It's also
Accepting that someone doesn't like you.
oh yeah, exactly. You know, you just gotta accept. And I think a lot of people find it hard to accept a lot of things amongst being accountable. Because being accountable, it's a painful thing. Imagine you saying you're
Mm,
toxic. Just imagine. Huh?
sure.
How many relationships or between people like, that girl, you know what she did? She was, she was. I'm like, oh, dog, man. Okay, okay. So I get you on that. So
Mm.
now, do you think that as a toxic person,
Not you laughing.
as a
Rest.
rest, mafwetu, rest. Um, as a toxic person in your early 20s, how have you also tried to balance this thing of lifing and a thing called fun?
As a toxic person?
Yes.
but, but okay, with laughing and having fun. Have
Mm-hmm.
you know that thing when you when you use fun as a distraction from laughing?
Yeah.
You know, when you use just going out and doing your thing
Savannah
to
bottles,
avoid
yes. Uh-huh.
to avoid the fact that everything's falling apart. I think for I think there are many instances in my life where I can account for the fact that and I'm not proud of this, but, and obviously in hindsight, you know, I can see, but like, for example, talking to certain people and entertaining certain people just to get, just to feel better about whatever you're going through. And it's like, it's that thing of you either using a situation or you not that you intentionally mean to use somebody, but you kind of you want a distraction from feeling whatever you're feeling. I think very often these temporary quick fixes keep coming into play, and that's a very toxic trait. You know, I think that
Mm.
we avoid so much of what we're feeling that it's either like, okay, friends, let's go out, like let's go do something all the time, or let's go just do anything that can make me forget. And
And
the
not
problem with
addressing
that,
the issue.
yeah. And the problem with that is it catches up to you at some
Ooh.
point, someday. And
Mm.
even worse is like all these distractions you've kind of now entertained and done and this, that, and the other is now you have to answer to them at some point too. You know, it's not much just the problem you're avoiding, it's now the problems you created avoiding your problems. And
Ooh. Mm. All these bars.
yeah,
Damn,
I'm
bruh.
just you just I don't know. And I think I got to a point where I realized like if I'm going through something and if life is lifing, I need to be present. I need to stop. I need to sit in stillness. And I need to just hear myself out and hear what I'm feeling. And if anything, what I've really found comfort in is being spiritual and turning to a higher power and just talking to God about it. Because sometimes it just feels bigger than me. And
Ooh.
that has really grounded me in so many ways. So I think it's again what I was speaking about. What are your values? And if you find strength in spirituality, if that's something that works for you, when
Mm-hmm.
lifes, do
Mm.
that.
Yeesh.
Do that.
Yes. So it's like a form of meditation, basically.
Yeah, precisely
Mm.
so. Like
Mm. So
if you
whatever you
don't know what,
believe in,
yeah.
anything you believe in, whether you believe in a higher power or not, like whatever you're looking up to, just
Mm,
having a peace of mind. Is that basically what you're saying?
that is precisely that. Like you need to have a source of where you find strength,
Mm.
because I don't think we can be arrogant in assuming that it's all in us. Sometimes we have to get it from something that just
Oof.
brings us back to you know. And for me, it's prayer or just meditation, as you said, or stillness. It's just, you know, you need to go back to your source. Yeah,
Oh, the sauce.
the sauce.
Okay.
The
Okay.
juice,
So
I got the sauce.
so okay, obviously we're running out of time, but I've got whilst you're saying this, I've got a couple of what I named the Zama quotes. from your podcast and everything. So
No
from
ways.
what you said, you talked about how some people would want to look for sort of like a happiness from others through going out and whatnot, yeah?
Yeah.
There was the episode, Too Good at Being Cool, where you're ranting.
Oh my gosh.
and there was a quote. You said, you become so infatuated with the idea of this person that you're willing to do anything to achieve this goal of just experiencing them. Oh my God.
Oof.
I'm like, this girl's
Oof.
dropped in bars, man. And it's sort of related with this, and I found it that, like, obviously as a person you found that sometimes you also need to discover yourself so that you're able to be around other people. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I really like that quote, and I think as a young adult, we find it difficult to really find ourselves. Yeah. So if someone's listening to this, right, they're thinking, okay, for example, with Zama, right? I see Zama is having fun. She's
yep, absolutely.
She's posting on the gram and she's doing all of that. What would you advise someone listening to this saying, man, I think I'm failing at this living of life. I'm 21 years old. I've seen my friends, Zama's always out, Timba's out, all of these people, and I'm doing nothing. What are you advising them in a nutshell?
In a nutshell, a reminder that I am only posting a moment in time. You have no idea what happened before I took the snap. You have no idea what happened after I took it and everything around it. It is literally a moment, and I'm only sharing my highs. And so if you are basing your entire life and calling it a failure because of like a 15-second snap, that's up there, that's really unfair to yourself. You need to give yourself a fighting chance and more credit. And I think I mentioned this on one of my episodes, actually, on the podcast. I was speaking about how the reason why there's no point to comparison is because we were never on equal playing fields to begin with. We didn't start the race together at the same place and stuff. And so it's just there's almost no point.
I'd actually put that on my Zama quotes, but thanks for saying it. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had. But anyway, continue.
I beat you to it. Thinking about. It's like I keep reminding myself of that. It's like I can't compare if we didn't start this together. We don't have the same experiences. We don't have the same access to things and all of that. You're not failing. You really are not failing. And just because somebody shows off what they're doing in this moment, it's not a true reflection of their entire day or the entire event that went on and stuff. So it's okay. You're doing fine. You're doing okay. You're gonna make it.
Yeah, remember, guys, you're doing fine. Don't pressurize yourself, as Zama says. I really wish we could have such more of a longer conversation because I think there's so many things to tackle. But don't worry, she'll be here for a part 2.
How does time fly by so quickly?
I know. It's so sad. These money moves. But before we go, I asked for a small favor.
Oh, just a bit.
Of a little poem thing. You know what I'm saying? Just to the ending procedure.
A little teaser.
Please, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Right. Okay. The topic is living a little, right?
Yes. Talk to me.
You got to live a little.
Oof.
You got to give a little
Oof.
extra when it comes to taking care of you. Make sure you're the main point of view. You got a delicate mental. You gotta learn to be gentle. You gotta hold yourself accountable. It's that detrimental. I know the world can be scary. I know you spend your days tearing up. But if you take a moment and just be present, you'll realize life can be pleasant.
Oof. Mic drop. Bah.
No.
Nah, man. Nah, that was too good. You know, and as a rapper myself, I'm gonna tell you that was good. That was good.
No, you're a rapper?
Oh yeah. You know what? You know what? We're gonna talk about this after the. But anyway, that was good.
Okay, I'm in.
That was good. My goodness. Hey. Yo. I'm lost for words. I'm exuberated.
I appreciate you.
Anyway. Like she said, man, guys, no, that was actually really good. Like, don't get interested. That was actually really good.
No.
Anyway.
Like you just hyping me up for just.
Whoa, okay, so before we go, where can we catch you social media? Just like real quick. Shit, that was real good.
Zay.Mkhize on TikTok and Instagram. So ZAY.MKHIZE. And then on the podcast, What in the 20s?
Oof. What in the 20s? What in the poem was that? Oh my days. Anyway, as for me, it's at PsychoZW. If you got any question for Zama or for myself, please let us know. Remember, just live a little. You're doing just fine. Be accountable and everything's gonna go well. Don't do drugs like Psycho. But anyway.
Oh.
Like I said, as for me, we're out. Peace, y'all.
Bye.